started the Great Glen Way with lots of sun. So happy right now. On my walk from John O'Groats to Land's End, it is day 12 when I start the Great Glen Way. I fell so deeply in love with Scotland on the Great Glen Way. Starting in Inverness, the walk takes you along the River Ness before heading into Ness Islands. The Ness Islands are a collection of small natural islands located in the middle of the River Ness. They are linked by Victorian-era suspension footbridges where you can walk through a woodland area featuring tall pine trees. In Wynn Park, I get a glimpse of the Ness Islands Railway, which is still in operation during summer weekend periods. Then it's a short walk along the Caledonian Canal. The sun is out. Everywhere looks beautiful. I'm so thankful. I've just found some toilets. Doing it. Heading on the Great Glen Way. I'm so thankful for sun today. The trail is a trail where I can actually properly put my feet down without any ankle rolling. There's no wind, there's no rain. Yeah, the last trail, the John O'Groats trail, was very physically and mentally demanding, and I've just really enjoyed today so much. It's just kind of like this weight off my shoulders. The irony as she's carrying a big backpack. But yeah, it's been a sigh of relief. Really enjoyed today. My first day on the Great Glen Way is a 10.72 mile walk from Inverness to Blackfold, and that night I pitched up my tent at Blackfold Croft. Day 2 sees me back on the trail heading for Drumnadrochit, a 13.5 mile day. That night I stayed at the Loch Ness Bunk Inn in Drumnadrochit, and the next morning did a bit of sightseeing before checking out of the bunkhouse. I'm going to go do this walk in the woods and then go see the viewpoint. So hopefully I'm going to see a really great view of the Loch Ness and the castle. However, I've just left without my glasses, so everything's in standard definition instead of HD. Even without my glasses, the view was incredible. At that moment, I felt like the only person on the planet. During the rest of the day, the views just kept on coming. Day 3 was a 14.84 mile from Drumnadrochit to Lochside, where every sighting of the Loch Ness just blew me away. There is something truly powerful about that loch. Towards the end of the route, I had a decision to make on whether I would take the high route or the low route. High route or the low route? I made the decision to take the high route, and when I got to the top, I knew instantly I had made the right decision and got to experience views that are now my favourite of all time. That night I was staying in the Lochside Hostel, where you are literally on the side of the Loch Ness. I'm making the way up, I'm doing the climb, and the sun has gone. We are complete clouds now. Whereas because this morning when I started it was incredibly bright and sunny. But here, check out the view. In true Scottish style. The sun is out, it's spitting, and it's misty. It's like a scene out of Silent Hill. Fort Augustus is day 4's destination. Including a stop at the Viewcatcher, the whole day is a 14.39 mile walk. I check in at Morag's lodge and walk to the edge of Loch Ness to say goodbye. As the next day follows the Caledonian Canal. I leave the Great Glen Way to visit Inverkerry Castle and rejoin at South Lagan, where I stay at the Great Glen Hostel. So there has been a lot of diversions on the Great Glen Way. A lot of it has been for forestry. This one here, you'll see I'm fenced off, is for, I believe, a hydropower something. And yeah, it is a shame because I can't help but think, I wonder what the views would have been like down there. That's where I should be. But at least it's a clear fence, so I can still see the wonderful view. Loch Ness gave me so much glee, but Loch Lochy blew me away. It was at this moment I knew I had fallen so hard in love for Scotland. I do believe day 5 of walking the Great Glen Way was my absolute favourite. The views are just unforgettable. However, I did miss out on a bit as I decided to do a detour down the Mile Dorker to go visit the waterfall that was used as a filming location for Rob Roy. Then it's just a walk through Achnacarry before getting back onto the Great Glen Way and finishing up at the camping spot next to the Gair Lochie Lochs. I finished the day on 16.78 miles. I woke up to the final day on the Great Glen Way being incredibly wet and windy, and it didn't stop. And what was a short day at 11.09 miles felt like the longest because of the weather. But eventually, I made it to the end of the Great Glen Way. A big soggy mess, but I made it. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch more walks or watch the complete journey of John O'Groats to Land's End, hit the subscribe button for more.